My bad. I was talking on mute.
Damn.
I was talking on mute. That happens sometimes.
Mm.
Sorry. I'm dog. I just had some spicy sauce and
Right before a show too. Like.
right. I'm like, I thought I can handle it. And it's like, nah, I got it. No, I don't. Nah, nigga, this was the worst decision you made all day. Actually, what was you thinking about?
Man, it was
Anyway,
dog 357.
speaking of being spicy, this is the IMO podcast. Come on, I tried with that one. Come on, give me a break. That was not a reach. Come on.
Hard fucking.
That was not a reach. Spicy sauce, spicy takes.
Hard to be clever.
It wasn't though.
Yes, it sounded like it.
You all right? Next time you do it, I'm gonna be right there, front and center. Cause your shit, you want your shit is like
impeccable. I know.
No, like Stretch Armstrong, Luffy, Mr. Fantastic.
No, just because your knowledge is like limited.
Ooh, you just gonna take that?
Shut the fuck up.
Speaking of knowledge, though,
so
the song Areola, like we were
that's a reach, nigga. That's a reach.
Damn,
you big reaching ass.
It sounded natural. That's my point.
This nigga went from one topic to the other.
So fucking Areola is a song created by Tech Nine. It was made on his Psychology album. It was one of the last songs on that album. The song is literally about some degenerate shit. Just literally just talk about women's breasts. That's it. That's the song. What makes it right? What makes it gold is the fact that the story behind that song within the context of the album is that he's mad because these other acts were getting at the time, this is like years ago, other acts were getting a lot more fame than him for basically producing bullshit. You know, he's out here creating Mozart while niggas are just like playing on like a little kid piano. At least in his ass is how it was.
And that's one guy.
So he made the characters, the A16 boys as like the generic fucking rap group, and this song would play kind of like randomly throughout the album. So this is just the full song of what it sounds like, bro. This shit's fun. This shit was amazing. And tight as fuck.
I'll take your word for it.
You should listen to it.
What album was it?
Psychology. Just listen to Areola. Just don't worry about Psychology. Just listen to Areola.
I mean, doesn't Tech Nine have like 18 albums or some dumb shit like
13,
that?
13 now, actually.
Damn, he knew
wait,
He was ready for that question.
I literally just saw the answer to it, like as I was looking up stuff, though.
This nigga got 13 albums.
13 studio albums.
Jesus, man.
Yep. He just came out with his 13th one like last week. Or no, last week.
Nobody said nothing.
That's just how it is, man. He has his fan base.
Clearly, all 80 y'all niggas just out there just bumping this.
I think I'm pretty sure it take a lot more than like 8 people.
Man, fine, 800. There you go.
800 million or 1,000 or whatever.
You said
he has his own record label and shit. And he puts on other acts as well.
Strange.
So he definitely has money.
Strange.
I didn't say he didn't have money.
I mean, it would take more than like 800 people to fucking.
Y'all are very devout or devoted to my man Tech Nine.
I don't know how many shows you think we going to over his tours, but we ain't going.
Y'all going to all of them.
I guarantee you.
The same crowd that's in San Francisco is going to be the same crowd in LA.
He goes out of the country too for his tours. So
and y'all following him.
Wait, hold on. Why wouldn't they? Because San Francisco, LA, that's not too far away. It's still in California, nigga. Like
now you see my point.
But no, it'd be different if you said like San Francisco and like Canada.
Yeah, they go in there too.
But you said San Francisco and LA, that's the same state. Oh exactly. Wow, I gotta drive like another hour? Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay, so now you are definitely wild if you think from San Francisco to LA.
No, I'm giving you a hypothetical, essentially.
So what I said was basically justified. It's like a 6-hour drive.
Damn. Okay, never mind, you right. I didn't know it was 6 hours. I'm just saying the same state. I'm like, yeah.
Speaking of knowledge.
Damn, you right.
That was Jared's moment for the week. We all get one.
Everybody gets one.
Anyway, shit, have we introduced this? Oh yeah, this is the IMO Podcast, the only podcast that talks about Tech Nine and his new album that nobody listens to besides Jared. I'm sorry, Jared Maurice.
Let's talk about knowledge.
It's kind of like the whole dot hack thing all over again.
It's completely different from the dot hack thing. Well,
How's so?
no, it's the same thing. Y'all,
Like how's
I
it?
guess all y'all know is like fucking Madden and Apex Legends. That's all.
Woo! Okay, I don't know
Who
about
in
all
here
that.
plays Madden?
Yeah, who the hell actually here plays Madden?
I bet Andre plays Madden.
Damn, do you play Madden? You play 2K though, don't you? I bet you play 2K.
That was very disrespectful. Man, fuck y'all niggas. Niggas over here think I'm playing 2K and fucking Madden.
No, I ain't saying about
shit.
QK. You're revealing a lot right now.
That's what Jared just said.
I did say that.
He said. Oh, okay.
I definitely did say that.
Jared was like, I bet you played 2K too. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, the fuck?
Wow. I'm sorry, we all can't be playing the most obscure, the most obscure shit like dot hack and whatever the fuck Jared is playing on a daily basis.
Nah, fucking Klonoa is obscure. Doc Hat is like, I would say it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
And
Like
convoluted
Kingdom
in the
Hearts 1,
story?
Kingdom Hearts 2. No, I mean like in terms of like an audience. There's a niche audience and it's bigger than most other niche audiences for that.
Can we talk about the y'all niggas thought I played 2K though? And Madden.
You talk about how hurt you are from the joke, like
Right?
I am like
joke.
I thought y'all thought I was better than this. Like
No, nigga, I've been to your house. I would have.
Damn! Yo, we going on your house.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm so-
He was gonna make everything.
I mean, I can maybe see Maurice joking, but I think Jared was totally serious. I was over here buying the 2K disc, no less, and putting that shit.
Son, okay, you might okay, I didn't say all that. I didn't say
Niggas
all
thought
that.
I was streaming 2K. Niggas thought I was a YouTube thought.
A
I was
YouTube
streaming
thought?
2K and shit. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, this is the IMO Podcast.
Second your name, so tell him.
Nah, man, friendship over, Jared. I don't know. We can't recover from this. Like we can't.
Damn.
It's over, son.
Rip.
Anyway,
I'm like,
all right, for the last fucking time, this is the IMO. You know, we don't say IMO Podcast enough on the IMO Podcast.
You say it enough for everybody because you just said it like 5 times.
Yeah, but every other show is like twice. One at the beginning, and one at the end.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the formula. YouTube law. You say it once at the beginning and once at the end, like comment, like, subscribe, shit.
I mean,
Right.
that shit needs to be said like 18 times
Yeah,
throughout the show.
that's
Comment, like, share,
YouTube
subscribe.
law.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Hey guys,
Do-
yeah, I'm talking to you. Comment, like, and subscribe.
Do
Just
that.
imagine someone at their desk saying, me? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you. Me? Yes, you.
Couldn't be.
See, this is why we don't get through our content. We spent like the first 20 minutes like bullshit.
To be fair, this is like the best part of the show. My name is Andre. I'm the host, usually. Most of the time. I ain't gotta take this. I gotta.
That was the last one. That was the last
I
one.
ain't gotta take this, man. I ain't got it.
That was the last one.
I'm joined by Maurice, who plays Dot Hack. Dang, why'd you laugh? Jared just said, thought that just Joan Marie sounded or some shit. You play Dot Hack. Ooh.
Hey, I'm an instigator, son. That's what I do.
Yeah,
That's
that is
why
what
you
you.
do.
That is why you're here. Like, Lord knows you don't do shit else.
Fuck that.
What is wrong with us today? I'm over here also joined by
It's
Jared.
really God too. I feel like I'm just over here like I made a joke, and it's like from YouTube guys.
But you was like dead serious. I'm not too sure how we could progress from onto this show. That these niggas thought I was playing
Me?
2K and shit.
Me?
Well, Jared thought I was playing.
Oh, I'm about to
2K
say.
and shit.
Like I said, like I remember you living at your mom's house. He had like that fucking stack of games. Like I did not. I remember.
I forgot all about that, to be honest with you. I didn't bring none of those games with me.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's get into the show. We actually don't have a lot to talk about. Can y'all tell? Loyal listeners, can you tell? This is actually a pretty dry week, so a lot of this will probably be just shooting the shit and hey Jared, shooting the shit. A lot of this will just be shooting the shit and going back and forth about shit that we didn't talk about weeks previous. So this is like our
Catch-up episode.
yeah, like our catch-up episode, our
He said catch-up.
leftovers. Yeah, this is the leftovers. In fact, we should just call this the title "fucking leftovers." Like
What
all
is
this
it
shit we talking about is like old, except for fucking Lelouch the anime. So there's that. So let's get this easy shit out the way. Sword Art Online, live action version of it. Disclaimer: I actually fucking hate Sword Art Online. I think it's a terrible fucking anime.
There's a rumor. Well, this probably ain't gonna make it any better because there's a rumor going around that says it's going to be a dark, edgy live action like Narcos, also from Netflix.
It's funny because you said Narcos and there's a Migos song called Narcos.
Chilling
which
with
is
the
about-
Narcos.
Maurice is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, like nigga just dropped out, and I was just like,
Like that one just flew all the way over Maurice's head. But yeah, go ahead and continue, Maurice.
I'm aware of Migos.
Say what?
I know who Migos are.
Yeah, I know an album, Culture, right?
Oh, damn, I don't think I would have gotten that far.
Are you serious or?
50-50.
Oh no! It's over. If it makes you feel better, they had a Culture too.
I remember that.
Oh,
Wait! This nigga remembers Culture too, but not Culture.
I'm weird as fuck. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, this song is an album called Culture 2. Did they make a Culture? Yes. Oh, okay. Bet. Respect. Maurice is funny. Anyway, go ahead and continue about Narcos, Maurice.
I didn't watch that shit.
Huh?
I didn't watch that shit. Narcos?
Oh. No, you was about to go into it. I thought you was about to like.
No, I said they're gonna try to make it edgy and dark like Narcos. I remember it's like a drug show or some shit like that.
Wait, I thought this nigga was about to. I didn't watch that shit. I thought you was about to get into it.
No. Why would you
Damn. I mean, you had the setup.
I swear to God, I didn't. I thought
You was about to go. Yeah, it was real dark like Narcos. You see,
No, I
Narcos is
said-
about.
No. I said there was a rumor that it was going to be more dark like Narcos from Netflix, and that was all.
But you didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of it.
this nigga.
Not enough to talk about it, but enough to be able to reference it in conversation.
What was it about? Selling drugs?
Something like that. Yeah. Something.
What do you mean something like that? Is it even one of these? You only halfway
Real
selling
talk.
drugs?
Real talk. I may have just been listening to it.
Oh,
and
shit.
I just think I engaged in another activity at the time. Let's
What,
just-
was Pam watching it and you were just playing games?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
My girlfriend was watching it and she was in the same room as me. I was doing something else. So that's how that goes.
But yeah, for right now, let's just go with that. That's what happened.
Is that what I have to look forward to when I get a woman? Just, oh, you do your thing and I'm gonna do my thing, even though we're in the same fucking
Yeah.
space.
You see, the thing is,
Yeah.
we were both kind of doing a thing, and then...
Okay.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this.
you should have started with that. I would have
Yeah.
left it alone.
Not so fucking obvious about it because obviously,
I mean,
Not really.
you would have been obvious with it if
Gotcha.
you said
You're the
Pam.
one that brought up Narcos. I'm like, oh, he watched Narcos.
this is the fucking rumor. Oh my god! Like,
Stop giving us fuel.
Move the fuck on, please. Like,
Anyway, Sword Art Online. Fuck that anime. Fuck everything about that anime, actually. Well, no, it had a good starter. And then that shit just went completely downhill with, like, the second half of the first season onward was just, like, the worst anime I've seen in, like, a long time. If Marvin was in chat, he'll like argue that Sword Art Online isn't all that bad. But I literally cannot think of I literally cannot think of a worse anime that I've watched in the past like 5 years than Sword Art Online. It was like a
you don't
complete
watch
waste
a lot
of
of
time.
anime. First off,
I
second,
watched a couple things.
a couple, not a lot.
That's it.
How much? More than a couple of anime released in a given season.
Yeah, but that's I tried to stay up with seasonal anime, and it's like I can only keep up with like 4 of those bitches at one time, and then I just fucking gave up.
it wasn't that bad. It was probably borderline mediocre. I think like the one season that was just kind of like way the fuck out there was season 2 with the little child, the fairy thing that was referring to the main character's daddy and the main character's interest.
They had every single anime stereotype or trope in the fucking universe.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
That one was just super cringy, and also like the rape, the pseudo rape scene as well.
Right, it's just it was just everything.
Season 1 was cool.
Season 1 was okay. Well, that was the first half of season 1 because that was when they were still in SAO.
Don't fucking talk to me.
What?
Well, yeah. Part 1, season 1, part 1, cool. Season 1, part 2,
Garbage.
the most.
Yeah, let's just call it garbage.
Yeah.
I tried season 2.
I'll say cringy, but
Nah, I'm calling that shit garbage.
In season 2, it kind of picked up a little bit.
I tried to get into Gun Gale. I really did. It's just like I just couldn't get the taste of season 1 part 2 out of my out of my eyes.
Like season 1, 2. Never mind. Go ahead.
Fair enough. It's just season 1.
So, I mean I feel you on that, but I actually watched all of the first half of Gun Gale. That was okay.
I couldn't make it through that shit.
Really?
I tried, but it's just like I couldn't. The tropes were still like really hard for me.
Was it the main character like being able to be perfect at everything?
Yes. Well,
that's
and
fine. That's
no, I don't. I hate that shit. It makes the character to me. Kirito is just an uninteresting character.
Yeah, I mean, I could say the same thing about Goku, because
at least Goku's dumb.
I think a smart nigga that can just do it all. I don't like. He's not meant to be liked in the same regard as other characters who have to go through something. His interactions with other people and how people around him kind of like evolve is what you or grow as characters is what you more so pay attention to with his type of character archetype. It's like literally impossible for you to like him for being him because he's just like a jackass that's like perfect at everything.
He never kissed his wife.
Goku?
Yes.
Yeah. Had 2 kids.
We're gonna move on.
Nah, man. That nigga never kissed his wife.
Had 2 kids.
You imagine getting married and y'all just looking at each other?
Son,
now what do I do? Chi-Chi?
This nigga was a full savage, yo. He fucks and leaves. That's literally what he did. He fucked her and left.
I'm sorry. First off, like,
he died like what 3 times?
Yeah,
I think that was after staying for like.
But did he leave though?
Wait, hold up, Gohan
like,
has to be like.
No, and then when he met Goten, he's like, "Wait, that's my son, nigga. How do you not know that?"
Goku's special case. All right, we're not here to like fucking.
A savage, like I said.
Nah, man, that's just bad writing. They just say, "What's the dumbest thing we can possibly do?" Huh? Kissing isn't food, so. Okay. Anyway,
He said kissing isn't food.
Let's actually move on because I actually fucking hate this anime. Unless Maurice had more he wanted to talk about.
No, there's not much else to say. I kind of want to see what they mean by it's going to get dark. Because I can just imagine this being the edgiest shit and me hating it because it's just so fucking edgy for the sake of it.
Asuna actually gets raped.
Kind of like Teen Titans.
Here we go. Fuck Batman.
Oh my god, dude! Don't like there are qualities about that show that make it a little better towards the end, but oh man, was it a journey? Was it a fucking journey?
Fuck Batman. Why? I mean, why not? What the fuck? Be edgy.
I wish you guys watch Magicians. Magicians is really good.
Magicians? What the hell is that? Okay, moving on. Star Wars. Star Weezy.
Okay, go ahead.
I was trying to figure out like, was he gonna like do it right, or was he just? You almost had it there.
I'm pretty sure I fucked it up.
No, you almost had it at the end. Your beginning was like, what the fuck is this nigga saying?
Wait, no. Do or do not. There is no try. I did not. So I fucked it up.
This nigga told me it's the Did you get that? Star Wars. Imagine a casual talking to you about Tekken. Get it? I played Kazuya. He was the best character. Did you know that? He's not. But anyway,
Okay, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I made it all the way to green rank. Haha. Which one? Vanguard.
Oh.
Anyway. wait, Maurice, no. Okay, anyway, shit, Star Wars. Surprisingly enough, we didn't talk about Star Wars last week. Star Wars Episode 9, the Skywalker Returns of the Last Jedi of the some shit. I actually forgot the name of the fucking title. Did everybody watch the trailer?
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Thank you.
Wait, no, just no. We're talking about the game. We're talking about the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. Also,
All right, so scratch all that.
Choppy.
Who, me?
Not a stream.
I'm not even looking at it. Hold up.
Yeah, nigga. I would just set everything to low, to be honest with you.
I did.
Oof.
Yikes. Anyway,
Like junk. I mean, it's junk, right? Everyone knows what's happening anyway.
wow.
He's
Tell
not
me I'm
wrong.
wrong.
What about the casuals?
Tell me I'm wrong.
What about the casuals?
Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
I guess the casuals.
Those are the ones that have the most problems with.
To be fair,
The casuals just say he's just shooting.
I mean, to be
All-
fair,
You fucking won.
to be
Congrats.
fair, Junkrat can be kind of hard to play against.
Yo, he really is. I can't even lie.
He's just so fucking annoying.
He really is. I should play Overwatch. Anyway,
Shit, like Overwatch.
EA's newest Star Wars title, and you should probably wait. Don't go. Just because I said EA is a Star. Fuck, you probably lost like 100 viewers right now. I wish we had 100 viewers. I hate you, Maurice. It's these little side comments that just gets me going every single time. It's like that's not the right reaction to what I just said.
I don't say anything. I'm sorry.
Anyway, Star Wars: The Last Jedi Order, Jedi: The Fallen Order, is a action RPG EA Star Wars something. To be honest with you guys, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I just saw the fucking trailer. I actually don't give two shits about this game, and I'm actually a fucking Star Wars fan. But when you put EA and Star Wars, where are the lightsabers, Maurice?
He's gonna get one.
You sure?
It's an action RPG. There's not gonna be not lightsabers.
I mean, there's a lot of shit you can do in the Star Wars universe. Not really, but
No, I mean apparently not because all their fucking fights in the same fucking way.
I'll do you one better. Have you realized that everything happens in like the same fucking timeline?
What do you mean?
So everything either takes place in between episode 1 or episode 6. But I mean between episodes 1 and 6.
Yeah,
It's like, can we go far before episode 1, or can we go far above episode 9?
Yeah,
Can we
because
stop talking about the Skywalkers? Can we stop doing this?
I swear, like, I think the issue is that people are just so unimaginative when it comes to Star Wars, and they just really need to watch some fucking anime. Like,
Just tell him again.
like real
Tell 'em
talk.
again.
Like, because there's no other reason why they would set the stories up like that. Like why can't we just get like a story? Or maybe they want to. No, that's not it. Yeah, so it's like we don't get like anything like truly inventive from it, just like a war, or they always want to teach us how the Jedi fall or stuff. Why can't we just get like an interesting story about a Jedi just trying to make it?
You know what's funny? They were actually in talks of, I forgot the name of the who was going to direct it, but the director was really interesting, so I apologize for that. But they was going to make a Star Wars movie about a Jedi, but they were going to he was like expelled from the Jedi Order, so basically he's like a Ronin, and they were going to like follow the what does an outcast Ronin Jedi look like, and they were going to make a whole trilogy over that.
Yeah,
that sounds fucking amazing. Instead they do some shit like Solo, and I'm like, who the fuck asked for a Han Solo prequel?
I did not care about the fucking Parsec shit. I didn't care about it when he first talked about it, and I don't care about it now.
You know what's funny? I actually watched the movie, and it's not it's not worth. It's not even worth a watch. It's.
Wait, whoa, Childish Gambino's scene.
He wasn't in it all that much.
I mean, yeah, but that one scene.
Which one are you referring to?
The one scene.
The one scene he was in.
Yeah, that's worth it. That way, it's not worth the whole movie, but that's worth watching. That one part.
I mean, yeah, he did play a good Lando. A little bit too good actually. But yeah, let's move on. Jedi Fallen Order. We got this white kid. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to really call him a white kid, but that's like literally his entire character as far as I'm concerned right now. He is like, he's a millennial. I am so fucking serious. I look at his face, I'm like, that. Yeah, he's a millennial in college. He's like his sophomore. He looks like he's in his sophomore year of college. Like, he's got the hair. He's got like the face, the hair. I'm like, like he's just like.
Of all like fucking species, like the only like lead actors or lead characters that we've gotten for Star Wars
are white men.
Yeah, white men.
Or a white.
Could have been like that blue bitch with the tentacle hair. I mean,
it's better because that's Ayla something. I forgot her
name. Yeah, I mean she's damn near all over the fucking franchise at this point. She's probably one of the more recognizable characters.
Ayla Sakura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could have did a game about fucking
anything.
Well, who's Anakin's Padawan?
Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka. Like what the fuck happened to her?
I think they have plans. They might have plans for her. They've actually been doing a lot with that character.
They fucking better like.
She was actually a really good character.
Lore, which is the crazy part, and they don't use it.
She was in Clone Wars obviously, and then they transferred her over to Rebels because she was that good. I don't know whether she's made any appearances in video games yet, but holy shit, they should really run with that character. That was a good character.
Yeah, it's like fucking this could be Harley Quinn, the second coming. Like Harley Quinn wasn't an original Batman character from the comics. She got her start in the fucking show, and then people just received her so well they just made her a character, and now she's a fucking tyrant. Like you can't go anywhere and not see or know someone, not see any like Harley Quinn merchandise or know someone who knows Harley Quinn or have some thoughty ass thought calling herself Harley Quinn because she's just a little bit crazy.
Thoughty ass thought.
Yeah, you said thought like 3 times in that one sentence.
Because it deserved it. Because it's always them. It's always them.
Well, some people some people like Harley Quinn. People also like being thoughts. So.
Okay. I feel like you're only helping my point, and that's not the response
I didn't say I was against it.
I wasn't expecting it.
I remember that year that Suicide Squad came out. Holy shit! It was like everybody was either cosplaying Harley Quinn or going to Halloween as Harley Quinn. This shit was crazy.
This is the MA. This is like the MA part, but like she literally almost took over my fucking like because there's so many renditions.
I bet you would know, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they're all fucking trashy. They're all fucking trashy looking.
Well, I imagine you had a critique about it. And they could have been better in my opinion. C+. Move along.
They just look. It just looks like really awkward.
Hey guys, can you tell that we don't give a shit about this Star Wars game? I mean, it just looks so boring, and it looks beautiful. I mean, technically it looks great, but then again, EA does that for all of their games. All of EA's games looks pretty good. Are we on an accord with that? Because I really can't think of one.
That's all they can do, right?
At this point, but no, that wasn't EA. That was somebody else. Yeah, there's not too much to talk about. Talk about white kid and these, I don't know, trying to become a Jedi.
Yeah.
The trailer's actually, if you really think about it, the trailer's not all that clear about what the fuck is happening.
What's fucked up? Like they have, unlike Marvel, who sometimes just kind of like forces like these different different characters on people, like Riri Williams and Miles Morales, who are, in my opinion, really godlike characters. They kind of just force these guys under mantles that people are familiar with, just so it can sell. But here we have like a genuine opportunity to use the brand of Star Wars instead of a character of Star Wars to push like different cultured characters or just something new. And they just dropped the fucking ball.
Every time.
And it's not like they're racist or anything like that, but like, or at least I don't think they're racist. or anything like that, but it's just like it just sucks to see it happen again for the third time because we got Star Killer, we got whatever Anakin's game was, and now this nigga.
Well, it's the fact that it doesn't even have to be about the game. It's just Star Wars in general. We have like literally an entire universe of people, species, things, robots.
No, that's what I'm getting at. It's like they're just doing more of the same shit.
Yeah.
Which makes me think this game isn't going to be good. Like they just have so many opportunities to make things cool. They just need to watch anime. Like just watch anime. Get inspired from anime. Inspired from us all the fucking time.
What anime do you think they should watch?
Anything at this point.
Damn.
But if I had to choose something, I feel like Seven Deadly Sins would be a good place to start.
My nigga.
You know what it is.
To be fair, a lot of the animes that you're probably about to say was probably influenced by Star Wars in general.
I mean, yeah, but that's fine though. Like they can like get inspired back from some of the cool shit they do. Cause like, what's a cool thing that a Star Wars character has done? I mean, a Jedi has done. Besides
telekinesis,
cool thing.
lightsaber.
You said what?
Said telekinesis. Oh, sorry, the Force, and then a lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of, and then like I think like maybe the only impressive thing was the clone shit from the last movie. Like where he projected himself onto a planet, but he died. So I mean, that's kind of less cool. But I mean,
I'm trying to figure out how the fuck that happened. But I guess nah, I think that's just writing.
You can't complain about the midichlorians and then complain.
Actually, I can complain about whatever the fuck I want. These niggas over. That nigga Ryan Johnson just did whatever the hell he wanted. He was just let's just do it all. Apparently,
I feel you, but like what. Like I was saying,
what's good, Pam? Who's King?
Like King from Seven Deadly Sins. It's the nigga with the pillow. That's our favorite character.
My man Escanor though.
Escanor.
That is a real nigga right there.
Right, dude. But like, I mean, I understand that like they probably did pull from Star Wars, and that's fine. I just want Star Wars to pull from other stuff as well, and not have its head up its ass.
They could be a little bit more creative.
Cool content. Yeah, right. There's so much cool content on the internet about Star Wars that's different from what Star Wars has shown us.
Yeah, it's basically space magic. You have the concept of space magic, and you're not using space magic.
Exactly. And I don't want to see niggas do like Kage Bunshin all day, but we could do something different, something new and exciting.
Something
instead of like
fresh.
White guy fights the power.
You gotta. I mean, you know how white people gotta fight the power in these movies, though.
I feel you, but I mean, we've gotten it 3 times. Star Killer fought fucking the Republic. I mean, no, Republic. Shit.
Nah, you might. I mean, it might as well be at this point. It all kind of blends together. It's like these niggas. Like that's one of my issues with like the new trilogy. Is like at the end of Episode 6, you know, they blow up the Death Star again. They kill Darth Vader, and you know, there's no more Empire. And you can rebuild the Republic.
That's the only story we can fucking tell. All this lore, and the only thing we can tell is the fucking death story over it.
And then what's crazy, in Episode 7, these niggas are still here. I'm like, what the fuck? What I don't get is the resistance in Episode 7. What the fuck are y'all resisting? There's no fucking Empire. Right? What are y'all doing? Y'all resisting yourselves? What's going on?
I'm super confused. Like...
what are y'all rebelling against? Y'all won. What? But yeah. Then they made up this whole bullshit about Luke being depressed, so he had to go away, and I don't know. They dropped the ball with that new trilogy.
Yeah, just too much. And they had so many things making sense, but whatever.
Hey, we got double-sided lightsabers one time though. That was pretty cool. We're talking. Well.
Well, that's the end of the show.
Well, that's it. Cause we all know Jared don't say shit.
Right.
So.
Sorry.
What did this nigga say right? This nigga agreed with me. Anyway,
we can move on. Like,
yeah.
Fuck this franchise. I'm sorry. I know it's like one of your favorites, but fuck this franchise, dog.
It's more of a nostalgia factor for me anyway. If let's put it this way, if I had to choose between Star Wars and like anything else that I'm into, I would probably choose the other thing over Star Wars.
No, I feel you. Like I said, one of your favorites. Like, I wasn't trying to rank it here. I wasn't trying to say it's like the thing you go to.
I mean, as of recently, movies have been dropped like boring. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. This, and I know y'all want to talk about this. Let me get this out the way so we actually talk about everything. Actually, let's talk about Justice League. Justice League Fatal 5. I didn't watch it. So, Jared, Maurice, was Batman in it?
Yes.
Was Superman in it?
Yes.
Cool. All right. That means it was a good movie. All right.
This every time like I watched it, I'm like, yo, why do they try to do live action? Just stick with the animated. Like, just please. Like the comic relief was perfect. True. Like the comic relief was on point. The action was amazing. Like, oh my gosh, Miss Martian, bro. Like every time she was on the screen, I was actually enjoying the movie every single time. Cause you remember that part with fucking where or Batman was like, oh yeah, I don't do this with a teenager. Then she turns into Robin, and my man was just standing there like, well damn, you got a point. Like, how do I deal with that? Like, I don't fight with teenagers, but you literally take Robin under your wing, who's a fucking teenager. Oh my gosh, yo.
Some of the funniest scenes with Batman is just watching him deal with shit he's not like mentally prepared for, like teen angst and fucking dark arts. Because you remember the Justice League Dark movie, he's just like,
But yeah, if anything, like the plot, like I was actually kind of confused. Well, not confused, but so I tend to like try to predict how certain movies go, and I'm over here thinking, oh yeah, Limelight or Jessica Cruz. I'm like, oh, is she gonna be that? Is she? Because we're going like kind of like with chronology, or not chronology, but time travel. Where it's like, okay, well, this guy's from the future. He goes back to the past, Starboy. And I'm like, well, is this main character protagonist going to become the enemy? And she has to, like, kind of deal with that. But it actually went completely left field. Oh, my gosh. Like, I love it where, like, one thing I love is when movies don't really get too predictable for me. Because then it's just like, well, what's the point of even watching shit?
You mean subverting expectations like they tried to do with The Last Jedi?
Did they?
Sure.
That was oh man, when we gotta talk about.
You have to go back to the do and do not like fucking thing.
We gotta talk after the show. Go ahead and continue though.
So, maybe we should explain a little bit about what Justice League versus.
Sorry, I'm just like all over the place. 'Cause I love that movie. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So Justice League versus the Fatal Five is a story about the Justice League encountering the Fatal Five. The Fatal Five is a.
You don't say.
What?
Right?
There's 5 of them? No.
Okay. So
ironically, majority of the movie starts off with 3.
Stop. The Fatal Five is kind of like a evil syndicate from the future. They're trying to go back in time to obtain a thing. That thing being a little bit of a spoiler, their 5th member. They're encountered by Starboy, who also comes from their timeline and understands what they're trying to do.
Who the fuck is Starboy?
He's like from way in the future, way in the future. You probably wouldn't even know.
Oh, okay. I don't feel bad.
Yeah. So the only problem is that Starboy gets trapped back in the past with them, but he's going through like kind of like a mental disorder. Like he can't remember who he is or what he's supposed to do. He just kind of has like these flashes of like information, like 5 fatal, 21 bridges, blah 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 blah, like things related to his mission, but not his actual mission. So he's stuck in the past without the medicine needed to like keep him like functional. And the story is about, like again going back to the beginning, about the Justice League stopping the Fatal Five from basically taking over the Earth. You know, same song as Dances and the others. The main character of the story isn't actually the Justice League. It's I think a combination between Starboy and the next Green Lantern named Jessica Cruz. So I don't want to go too much into more of the story, but maybe we can start talking about like kind of like some of the highlights from the movie. Jared, you want to start?
Oh, sorry, I'm like really in this game.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, so you said the plot, like, sorry.
No, I mean, no, like just some highlights you had. Like, I don't want to go too much more into the plot to like explain the whole goddamn movie. But I want to see like what were some of your like favorite parts, or some of the maybe like not necessarily key moments, but some of the certain mechanics of the movie, like what made it like kind of a hit for you.
Honestly,
Mechanics of the movie.
right. What made it a hit for me was like the animation. Like I understand, live action, we can get really intense with like CGI. We can get like make shit look so real. But honestly, just the fact that it was animated, it was like, okay, I'm not really like heavily critiquing this of like, oh wait, how's the CGI going? Like, is this person like, how do they do that? But the fight sequences seemed fluid. Like it didn't seem like choppy. It didn't seem like it was rushed. Like everything felt kind of natural. Being an animated movie was as interesting as it.
Boy, Mr. Terrific.
So you right. But yeah, like the fight sequences.
I'm just gonna let Andre get to that part.
Like the fight sequences were well choreographed. Like I'm sorry, just like there was so many ass kickings. Then we got Miss Martian. I'm sorry, I could go on and on about Miss Martian, but Miss Martian, whew. When she like you remember what was that dude's name with the disintegrating hand? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Oh, me too, actually.
But yeah, it was Miss Martian and that dude, and they were in the parking lot where Starboy was like kind of like going crazy, destroying that whole parking garage, and she's like the dude tried to touch her, and just to give you like heads up what he does, he can disintegrate anything with his hand. So he tries to reach for her head. It goes through her, and my girl goes, "I heard you were grabby," and I'm just like, "Yo, please, I love this comedy going on right now. Like, I need more of this. Like, oh my gosh,
the one-liners are pretty godlike in this.
Right?
Oh, Bruce Timm's playing Two-Face in the last.
Interesting. But yeah, other than that, the like honestly, there wasn't really a part where I was upset about like anything in the movie. Like yeah, things could have been like done like better because there's no such thing as perfect. But I didn't feel that. Like I didn't feel like this was a bad movie in any way, honestly.
Yeah, I do like that. I like the Fatal Five. So I'm a fan of a good villain. You know.
Right.
The Fatal Five. I didn't know anything about them prior to this movie. So to me, for my first experience, they seemed like an interesting group of people. So they all had like they all had. Well, first off, I thought one of them was like Lex Luthor for some reason, but no one ever addressed the fact that he looked like Lex Luthor. So I guess he wasn't like technically Lex Luthor.
You talking about the machine dude, like the dude with the gun?
Half machine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so too at first, but then they just kind of went over
He
like, okay, that's
smack like him from like the old like. But anyways, all of them had like very interesting abilities, and I think it was more. I think this was more so the fact that like in the fights, they were literally going head to head with like heavy hitters.
Right.
Like the guy that had the axe. I mean, his approach.
Oh yeah,
was
that's right.
Simplistic. Yeah.
Yo,
but he was like taking blows from like Wonder Woman. Like that was crazy.
Son, I'm sorry, that was like probably one of the realest dudes on the Fatal Five because this man he gutted Superman essentially.
Yeah,
he just straight up gutted the dude. I'm like, bro, we just gonna do that to him like that? Like, and then because the way his axe worked is like apparently it just can cut things down by like the nanometers or whatever. Like it's like
they
that.
Can cut at the atomic level.
Yeah, the atomic level.
Sword. Yeah.
But then that kind of draws the question of like, I thought the man was just like invincible to everything but kryptonite and magic.
No, if you can cut his atoms aren't. So if you can slice them at that level, which Wonder Woman can do, Wonder Woman can kill Superman. But you have to have a particular type of weapon. Very, very. And it's also like impossible for it to exist at that time because that's a weapon from the future. Like he didn't just pick that up in the 21st century.
Right.
Of their world.
Yeah, because
I also like the relationship they had because it didn't seem like they were like lackeys or anything like that, but
yeah.
more like businessmen like trying to complete a transaction and shit. Like how they handled interactions with each other seemed very like professional, you know? Like they were here, they were focused, they were here to do a job, and they just like presented themselves as like of one mind, like a threat. Like we've gotten that before, surely, but it was kind of refreshing to see that this wasn't like some exploitable fucking group. Like you have to like kind of like Zahir and his crew from Avatar. You gotta see them 1v1. There ain't no losing here.
Okay.
What they were fucking.
But oh yeah, who is that? Since I've never even heard of the Fatal Five, like until like I saw this movie. One thing I was actually kind of upset about, there is one thing I was actually mad about the brain dude, like the one they freed from the prison. I kind of saw him as like honestly the weakest one of the Fatal Five. Like he just shoots brain like lasers and that's it. And he's super strong. I forgot.
Batman don't do nothing, so.
I mean, yeah, he's a rich boy with problems.
But even he was taking punches from fucking Superman.
He was, and I kind
admittedly was probably pulling them, but
I honestly wish like he just did more, rather than because like you have the sorceress who's like magic. Well, all of her powers essentially comes from that eye. We got a dude who can disintegrate anything that he touches. We got tech dude who looks like Lex Luthor who can basically just like I kind of want to say he's like a futuristic Deadshot. That's what I kind of want to say. But then you also
Deadshot, maybe more like Cyborg.
Yeah, evil. Yeah, basically evil Cyborg. But then you just like I feel as though he was like the lackluster of the bunch. I don't know too much about him. I could be wrong. Like he could be completely OP in like comics or whatever. But from that movie, he just seemed like they could have like just not showed him at all. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, cause like the brain like laser or whatever, it looked like it just hurts. Like this is something that hurts a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather
like in comparison to the other ones, he's just like some big dumb fuck.
Right, cause like the dude with the disintegrating hand, I think its name is Ano or something like that. I can't remember. But this like you actually feel threatened if you are fighting this dude because he can disintegrate you. The sorceress, she's killing people with her eye. Like he's just blasting shit and that's it. Like the dude with the evil cyborg, he's blowing up cities. Like I don't know, it feels like he's like they're more of a threat than this dude. That's like I take that back. That's probably like my only gripe with the movie. Is how they depicted that character. Look at Hanzo. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what else? Oh, also my man Starboy. I'm sorry. Can we talk about like how he's just kind of like just how he was just so dumb during that movie? I'm sorry. That just made me laugh every time he's talking. Just like
so his name is actually Starboy.
I forget what. No, his name is his. That's what they call him, and it's kind of a spoiler why they even call him that too. But
how many of the weekend references are made? If there's none, it's trash. I'm never watching. I'm a fucking Starboy. Fuck y'all, man.
Is that the only like? Cause I'm thinking of the lyrics of the song, and I'm like, I don't really see like any references.
I'm a motherfucking Starboy. That's all you need.
I mean, spoiler alert, he is now a Starboy. And what I mean that is, so basically what it means is, the ending, how it ended was essentially Jessica Cruz, main protagonist, she kind of like awakens her Green Lantern powers of like, her courage, she's overcome her traumatic past, and essentially the sorceress absorbed the Lantern Corps' power generator, and whatever the fuck that is, then sent the eye to the sun. And it was going to basically rip apart the sun because they're like, okay, well, if we kill everyone on Earth now, there will be no one to stop us in the future, right? So the eye goes off, and then they basically, they stop the people from going back to the future, so now they're all doomed. And Superman, Jessica Cruz, and Starboy go off to try to stop it. Superman can't do it, and essentially it blows up the sun. And Starboy was like, oh, well, the only way to do this is to like, no, Jessica Cruz says, oh, we'll just get, I'll just hold it together. Starboy's like, we need like 1,000 lanterns. It needs to be pulled together. So Starboy, using his gravity powers, becomes so heavy that he's breaking this sphere that Jessica Cruz is making, keep in mind, Green Lantern ring, and he essentially becomes the star by pulling it back together.
I ain't getting none of that shit.
It's okay, a lot of sciencey shit. But yeah, he's basically the sun.
Nigga, this not science. What the fuck?
Nigga, he's using gravity to pull the sun back together. How's that not science?
Is that how it actually works in real life?
I would assume so. Like, because a lot of things are held down by gravity, like us.
So you can use gravity to put the sun back together?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we?
I mean, you're the one saying science.
You're right.
Yeah, nigga.
You right.
Science my ass.
Science. Okay. Science fantasy-ish shit. But yeah, I personally don't know if you can actually pull the sun back together. I hope we don't have to figure that out. But
I don't think we'd be able to do anything about it if it was.
Like I said, I hope we don't have to. If we can figure that out, I hope that day never comes, or at least while I'm alive. But yeah, he essentially becomes the star. Like they look up at the star and there's like, yeah, he sacrificed himself to save us. And yeah, that's why he's called Starboy, which was kind of funny when I think about it. I'm like, oh, they basically spoiled the movie in the very beginning, but you never knew.
Was that my cue or what?
I don't know.
Oh, like, are y'all done about the Fatal?
I don't know. What else you want to talk about the Fatal 5, Maurice?
I think we held like the major points and we kind of told the whole movie. So. I guess we're done with that. Yeah, I guess we're done with that. I thought it was a good watch. Definitely,
It definitely was.
We can go into the ratings now. I think it was. I give it like 8.5.
You said an 8.5?
8.5. Yeah.
I
think
can
you
see
get a chance
that.
to get into like the negatives, but
Yeah. I can go with you on that 8.5. You know, definitely good watch. I actually want to rewatch it with people. Like I definitely want to show this to people because it was pretty funny.
Yeah, same.
Let the record show that Jared gave a 10 to Deadpool 2, but not a 10 to this.
You didn't even watch it.
Who, me?
No, Andre.
What about it? What happened?
You wouldn't even know if it's a 10 or not.
I wouldn't, but I know that Jared has this thing about giving away 10s like they're candy.
I gave 110.
He gave like 2.
What other movie did I give a 10?
I can't remember what it was.
Then how the hell are you gonna say I'm giving out 10s like candy?
Because you said it before. I remember arguing about it.
You're right.
It was wild. That's why I remember. You
Okay.
wow.
You're right.
Oh, WoW does have a movie, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Jared probably gave it a 10.
I did probably.
That shit was trash.
It was probably trash.
I still give it a 10 though.
What made you think of wow?
You said Wild or something. I was thinking about. Oh yeah, Warcraft. My brain don't work well.
Anyway, who's ready for iPhone X1?
X1.
I mean, that's what I'm going to call it until Apple says something different. I gotta spice these joints up a little bit. I mean, come on.
You're right.
I guess.
Anyway, we got some leaks for the iPhone 11. Man, that shit sounds real wild, iPhone 11. But to be honest with you, it looks like the same fucking shit that we've had last year. But then again, all
It's
phones look
iPhone.
the same. So
True, I can't say just iPhone. Samsung does this shit too.
at least Samsung pushes the envelope at least a little. They actually change designs. iPhone is just like it's an iPhone.
I'm not a fan of the fucking. So on the back of the device, there's a compartment for a 3-camera setup, and while that is awesome, it looks ugly as shit.
Right.
Like I am so glad I fucking hot trained. That's basically the only thing I can go to stay within the ecosystem of Apple.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, like it's like it's like a square at the top left corner of the phone, on the back of the phone.
Nah.
And it is housing all 3 of the cameras. It just looks really ugly. Like like that issue you have with Apple devices, and them not them wiggling or like clacking against the table as you move them while they just lay naked on the table.
Naked.
Naked. But
Naked. Yes, Maurice, I do.
Yeah. So like this is they just like increase that issue. It looks like.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that is a lot of that's a lot of camera space. I'm looking at it right now.
exactly. Like the body should compensate for that, but I guess they can't like fucking argue that they need to make a slimmer phone without a headphone jack if they give space for that. I guess that'd be a little awkward,
I don't think they're gonna go along with this design. I think this is a troll.
They are putting 3 cameras on the phone, so I don't know.
Apple will find a way to
What?
make that shit look pretty. This is too ugly.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I guess.
I mean,
But
look
there
at
was
it.
another company. I mean, no, it is ugly.
It looks like 2
What?
pennies on the back. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
nigga, I know, but I'm like, I don't know if they can. I don't know if they're just like thinking that this is just the right way, because they just, much like Star Wars, like to live in their own little circles.
yeah, you do.
Watch the next adventure, they just take away the fucking charger for it. Tell you wireless to charge it. Fuck out.
Ooh, we got wireless charging. What do you need a charger for?
Exactly. Don't even give you the charging pad, just give you a fucking phone.
IO, what's that?
But yeah, so I don't know if I don't like this design.
What's even more surprising is that they're doubling down on the notch. I would imagine after Samsung did
Yeah,
it
they made
this
it a
year,
little bigger, didn't they too?
it kind of looks like it, but I can't really confirm.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of the notch. I said, yeah, like I'm not buying a notch phone. It just looks dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't
Looks
care
really
that
dumb.
much about my fucking camera. Like I would just rather you take out the camera at this point. 'Cause I don't care about selfies.
Well, that's wild because everybody's definitely gonna want to have that. I remember when
I know, but it's like just kind of stupid.
I
Like
mean,
it's not necessarily important to the.
but the thing is, Samsung has proved that you can have a camera on the front and still have the bezel without having that notch.
I agree, but like, why is the design philosophy like have to include the camera? Like,
Because the
my
camera
thing.
has to be there.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It technically doesn't.
You wild.
I'm not.
People literally buy phones just to take selfies.
I know that's kind of the problem. They don't buy phones. because
Okay,
they're
shut
like-
up, son. Look at you're saying that's the problem. This is a phone is nothing but a fucking toy. You can do
The
whatever
whole
the fuck
reason
you
we have this shit is because people care about their fucking front-facing cameras.
Yeah.
I personally just don't care that much. I understand my opinion isn't going to be like isn't the popular one, and it definitely won't like happen.
The popular one. I don't think anybody's arguing what you're arguing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just non-existent at this point.
Would you
Yeah,
buy a
I
phone?
understand.
You would buy a phone without a front-facing camera.
Yeah, I don't care that much about the front-facing camera.
That seems a bit wild.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't use it, so why would I need it?
You'll probably use it eventually.
That's
think it's one of those-
issue. That's kind of the issue, isn't it?
I
Because
think
it's use every day.
I think it's one of those things where it becomes when you get rid of it, then you'll miss it.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. Well, more than likely, yeah, you will come across that issue, but you don't use it every day. I bet you don't even use yours every day.
Nobody uses their selfie camera.
Right,
Well,
and to me, it's just a wild concept that we put so much thought into the fucking front-facing camera for the phone designs.
because
And
people like
something we
taking
don't-
selfies. It's not actually all that wild.
They're not doing that every day either.
Well, I renege. There are some people who use their front-facing camera every day.
Like,
There's a lot of people that. There's a lot of
I
people.
know. I'm
There-
saying there is, but but like for a lot of people, I bet they don't. People who use the front-facing camera, from what I've seen, are people who either just like don't have a lot of time on their hands, so they take a lot of pictures with their front-facing camera, or they're the fucking not YouTube,
Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram, Snapchat, fucking thoughts that just post about their fucking.
But half of that, what you just said, you just said a front-facing camera is for people who have too much time on their hand. Nigga, that's what phones are for. Phones are literally for when you have too much time on your hands.
That is a functionality. That is something that. Yeah, I see your point there, and I agree. It can be something that like you put a lot of your time into doing basically nothing.
It's a $900 toy.
I get.
Yeah, that's what it. That's let's be real.
Yeah. But the front-facing camera portion of it, though, I swear, I just don't see a lot of people doing it. Like the phone, the screen itself, and like reading up on different information, chatting with friends from across the world, listening to the IMO podcast are reasons why you would get
I
involved.
love it how you creeped up to the mic for that one.
I know.
You should also be subscribing to the IMO podcast. I mean,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, there are a lot of different things you can do.
Which brings us to our video sponsor for today.
A lot of different things you can do with the phone, right? But with the front-facing camera, you're just taking the pictures. It's not the same level of functionality, or it's not something that you can get yourself lost into as easy. It's part of the phone, not the phone itself.
So there's also video chatting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's an argument I was kind of trying to avoid coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of content creators also use it just for taking vlogs. A lot of people actually make a fucking living off the front-facing camera. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, because the main thing I like thinking of is like if you want to have Skype, or if God, I can't believe I fucking said Skype. I hate that damn app. But
People
yeah, if
still
you,
use Skype.
I mean, it's basically like if you use Skype, FaceTime, any app that lets you video chat with people, yeah, it's almost essential to have. It's actually mandatory to have a front-facing camera if you do that.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
shit, we actually didn't speak about FaceTime. Niggas don't even.
That's a strong argument for front-facing cameras. The niggas that make a living off of it aren't your average user, because that's again a niche group of people. Like the bartending dude, yeah, and even then they can kind of like supplement that by using the back camera, or they have their own equipment that works way fucking better, or is more high quality versus a front-facing camera.
But almost everybody who has an iPhone uses.
And even I think and there's also
I can't argue it. That's like the main reason. That's like the main point. I can't really argue because that is something that everyone uses. Everybody, no matter like.
Generation Z doesn't even call people anymore. They just fucking FaceTime, and that shit is actually pretty wild. But so yeah, that was a hot take right there. Fuck you.
Damn.
Why did they put so much? That's literally the selling point.
Well, Well, I mean, it wasn't a matter of why. Like, I understand why they do it, but it's just wild that they put so much thought into it. Like, I'm just reading my point. It's just wild that they put so much time into it for a tool we don't use that much on the phone. Right? Like, the headphone jack we use way more than we do the fucking camera. Battery needs to have like a lot of attention paid. I feel like from a design perspective, should have a lot more attention paid to it. The form factor of the device, like how it feels in your hand when you grip it and stuff like that. Like these are all things that I feel like, in my opinion, hold more weight over the front-facing camera.
But they do focus on those things, though.
I know, but not as much as the front-facing camera because we have this fucking notch to it. Instead of why these niggas can't put a stronger battery in, or why does my iPhone look like garbage? Going back to the form factor. So, not saying, but again, I don't think that the focus needs to shift necessarily. We're kind of just at where we're at. I would just kind of just bring it up.
Okay.
I thought it was
I actually, wow. It's the fact that I started talking, this nigga was like, bitch. I'm like, oh, he's not done. Like, I didn't even hear, like, anything but what you said previous. I just heard bitch. And I'm like, what'd I do? Right. Little emphasis, too. Yeah, bitch. Like, whoa, what happened? Anyway, it's funny because I think the stream got better a little bit.
Hey.
What you do?
Nothing.
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's
only when he plays the game, because like.
Wow. It's only when he plays the game.
Yeah, because that the other parts like it's only focused on that one character. It's not showing a whole bunch, so it's not using that much of the graphics card.
True. Man, those loading screens look great though.
Right.
Look at the loading screen.
Look at the medals.
Hard 60. Woo.
Your medal's ugly.
Damn, you're right.
The medals.
I'm gonna say you didn't get medals. Like,
Those medals are ugly. Look at the medals though. Look how shiny that shit is, son.
Right. All gold and one silver.
Actually, what was this nigga doing? This looks pretty serious. Like,
put in work, son. I put in work.
He was alive for like a very long time.
Son,
like, I was going into my tangent, and he was just fucking niggas up.
I'm sorry. That's why I get really quiet because I start focusing on what I'm doing. I shouldn't do this, but I don't know. I gotta balance it.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I try to be good at video games. I try.
Yeah, you try. It doesn't work all the time. Most of the time.
Damn, I didn't say all that, but okay. Fuck you too.
You couldn't say all that because it's about you, nigga. Nigga. N-I-G. Niggas. Anyway. That's all I have. We're all excited for Avengers. I mean, that goes without saying. Everything is about to, everybody's gonna die.
The end is near.
Dead.
Everybody dead. What am I gonna make? Y'all better get your asses back up.
Like, get your ass back in the studio. Your contract ain't cut yet. No, we still got more shooting to do. Get back in. Get changed.
What's
Mark,
funny
put
is
down the fucking donut. I already told you once. I ain't gonna tell you again. Hulk is a size 32, not a size 36.
What's funny is I just love how the advertiser for Spider-Man movie is going. It's like they don't even fucking care. You already know that Spider-Man is coming back and all them other niggas. So they just say, yeah, here's the trailer for Spider-Man. But wait, doesn't Spider-Man die? And shut the fuck up. You know that nigga coming back, and that's from the mouse himself. That nigga still got money to make.
So you know what's funny? I remember a couple shows ago we talked about how they were gonna drop one Avengers Endgame trailer and then just be done with it. They've literally been dropping Endgame trailers like almost every fucking week.
To be fair, those aren't trailers.
Yeah,
those are TV spots.
Yeah, they're TV spots. Like, oh hey, this is how we did this, and then it just keep recycling from the original trailer. I'm like, do you have to do this? We're going to watch it.
You know, technically they only have one full trailer of Avengers.
Well, I read an article. They're like up to like 800 million worldwide for the movie or something like that.
Already?
I think so.
Damn.
Either 800 million sales or 800 million dollars like paid. So
that sounds a little well, but then again, I don't know. I know that I would imagine that if you're just trying to walk up and see Avengers this weekend, that's probably not gonna happen.
that is the most dead.
Yeah, that is probably not.
I swear they would laugh at you actually.
Yeah, it's sold out, but what about tomorrow's show?
It's like, can I watch Event sold out? Like you just say and then it's sold out.
But what about tomorrow? It's sold out, but tomorrow's Tuesday.
It's my ass.
Out, nigga. Damn.
I'll sneak into the movie if they say it's sold out. Like real shit.
You know what's funny? Me and my friends, I'm over there talking about like you guys aren't my friends. Me and the people that I'm going with, we're actually going to get there like super fucking early because I swear to God, and I need to stop talking it into existence because I actually believe in shit like that. But I just already know because we're going on a Saturday night at 7 p.m. in the best quality theater that they have it available. I already know this, and it's reserved seating. I already know there's gonna be fucking drama. So we're over here talking about like as soon as they let us go in, that's when we're going in. So we'll just be sitting there for 5 hours if we need to because
I'll be there like 5 just drinking until time's ready.
Yeah, like I think the movie starts at like 7, so like I'll probably get there at 5 to have a drink. No later than 6. My ass is gonna be in my chair because I'm not going for the whole. Well, somebody took our seats. That's why we took your seats. No, nigga, we're not doing that. No, we're not.
Shit, we scrapping off rip.
Like, exactly, son. We're gonna scrap and then we're gonna get security and then we're gonna scrap again.
Right? We're gonna scrap in the theater.
I don't care. We have to rearrange the entire fucking theater. I'm getting my seat. All right.
It's like I'm asking you.
Got pretty good seats. Did you know Avengers 3 made $2 billion worldwide?
Damn.
No.
Still not as big as GTA 5, but damn.
I mean, but to be fair, GTA 5 had like 10 years to make up that dough. They did that shit in like 2 months.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, that shit.
I can't find that article again, so it's probably fake news.
Yo, Endgame is probably set to beat that. I would imagine. I mean, there's no way that Endgame is not going to beat that, right?
Well, it beat the fucking pre-sales. Which was held by Force Awakens for whatever the fuck reason.
Oh come on! To be fair, that was the return of Star Wars. You already know that was going to sell out. Come on.
Oh wait, no! I'm sorry, I think about Last Jedi.
This guy.
But she's third place. That one's third place. And yeah, it just broke the pre-sale record. So.
I mean, but are we surprised though?
Not really, because also in the top 5 is another Avengers movie. So
I'm pretty sure that if you do like the top 10 most successful movies of all time, I'm pretty sure they're all just going to be Marvel.
I don't think so.
You want to bet?
Top 10
movies. As far as sales.
What?
I'm willing to bet.
Specific.
Okay, so top 10 highest grossing films. At least 7. I'm calling at least 7 of those movies.
Watch it be 6. Watch it be 6.
I'm pretty confident. I already know that Avengers. Shit, all of the Avengers movies has to be up there. Black Panther is up there.
So this was August 2018.
That's close enough.
Avatar, Titanic, The Force Awakens,
Oh, bullshit.
Avengers: Infinity War,
One.
Jurassic World, The
Jurassic
Avengers,
World did make a bunch of fun.
Avengers: Age of Ultron, Black
3,
Panther,
4.
and Harry Potter: The Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Wow, really?
And if
Wow.
you want to go top 20, there's two more movies for Marvel.
Wait, what was number 1?
Number 1 period.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Oh, fuck.
Can't even refute it. It's like, damn, that just makes sense.
Fuck.
2.7
Fuck that movie.
billion.
It was just Pocahontas with blue people.
Billion. 2 billion for Avengers: Infinity War.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck saw.
5 billion for the Avengers. 1.4 billion for Age of Ultron. 1.3 billion for Black Panther. And that was it.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm pretty sure that Captain Marvel is up there now. I'm thinking about it, but it didn't come out in the time frame.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh no! It made like $1 billion.
Yeah, I think it's almost at like 1.5, which is like fucking crazy. But
It really doesn't deserve it.
fucking
No, it's
Avatar
like-
though.
It's at 1 billion.
Yep. They're just printing money at this point.
So it's crazy because they haven't come out with another Avatar.
But it's the fact that nobody I swear to God, you can go to your job right now. They'll say, "Hey, name one character's name from Avatar." Nobody will be able to tell you a goddamn thing.
Oh, I wouldn't.
The blue nigga.
I've only seen that movie like one time.
Yeah, but this movie made so much fucking money. Apparently, people liked it. And
Wait,
I'm
didn't
like,
that shit get re-released in theaters?
It made 9+ million on that re-release.
Wow. Okay.
That's actually not a lot.
No, it's just like the fact that people went to go see it again, though. That's the part I'm mad about.
Yeah, I mean that's still a free 9 million.
Like,
That is
really? Just drop $9 million to see it again in theaters rather than on DVD? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Who are all these niggas that went to go see Jurassic World? What happened?
I kind of
Is that
want
why
to.
they made a sequel so fast? I'm confused.
That was Andre asking the real question.
Like, let's if y'all want to get real about it, like, how did Jurassic World sneak on there?
Everybody loves Blue, man. 1.6 billion. Holy shit.
I don't even think I saw Jurassic World. In fact, I didn't.
I didn't see it either.
Who are these niggas that was hyped up for Jurassic World?
I kind of saw it with the girlfriend.
Part of the problem. Part of the problem.
I'm sorry. She wanted to see it. I was like, fucking, why not? And I'm like,
No, I feel you. I literally just did that with us over the week and last weekend.
I'm still fucking confused. Jurassic World? Like,
Jurassic World.
the Jurassic Park remake? Well, not remake, but sequel?
Well, Chris Pratt's a pretty good actor. Well, let me not.
Top 4 movies of all time, son?
So when I think of Chris Pratt, I instantly think of fucking Star-Lord dumbass from Avengers, or from Guardians. So I'm just gonna try to forget that he was in that movie for me to believe you say that.
He lost a lot, man. Come on.
This dude, I mean, he
Man,
wasn't.
he
it's not
lost
the fact-
one girl he didn't even fuck. Chill
He
out.
lost his.
Damn,
fucking
you're
mom-
right though. Sorry, nothing.
He lost his mom to the cancer, like right in front of his eyes.
What's that gonna do with what happened?
He was like 10 when it happened. I mean, I'm saying he just like lost a lot of people he cared about.
All right, his mom and Gamora.
I mean, Captain America lost his entire fucking timeline, or yeah, basically everyone he knew.
Captain America?
Yeah, Captain America. What did I say? Shit.
Yeah, but he was like a grown ass man when that happened.
Man, Star-Lord didn't get
You're
no
right.
green cheeks.
Yeah.
That man's been cucked for the first 2 movies.
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did. They were like a thing like after it too.
I don't think he smashed though.
I don't
He definitely
think
did.
so.
Son, he was legit crying. You don't just cry over shit like that. Like,
I mean,
I mean, he
Oh,
was probably
let me
crying because he didn't get to
retract that.
smash.
let me check that. I'm pretty sure they did.
I mean, what, they held hands at the end? Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
that equates to smashing nowadays?
I mean, hell, he could have
I mean,
cried because
according
he
to
didn't
Goku,
smash.
like,
What?
according to Goku.
But Goku smashed twice though.
But Goku actually smashed. We have proof of him smashing.
Facts.
Got two
These
niggas running around that look just shit. Gohan look nothing like that nigga.
These
But,
niggas hugged at the end. Oh, they're in love. They must be smashing. I don't know.
I think they were smashing.
I don't know. That's a reach. There's nothing to suggest it.
I mean, the type of dude he is. If they're like, if that's
Okay.
his girl,
and the
like,
type
he's
of girl
definitely
and the
gonna
type of
be
person
They're
Gamora
not-
is.
smashing. Yeah, but she
Okay.
been like dry for like fucking.
And
You think that mattered to her?
women that can actually go a long time. I'm figuring out. This shit is actually pretty wild.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's about due.
They can go for a very long time.
Nigga, 20 years.
She could got someone on the side. You don't know.
Can't think about Star Lord.
What made you think it was 20 years though?
I was just going off the time that she was a kid.
You don't,
Maybe
think
like
she's,
30.
you don't think she's had sex since she was a kid under Thanos? But then again, I wouldn't fuck Thanos'
You never
daughter, so I
fucking
guess.
danced before or listen to music.
That ass
like,
beating help guy.
I don't care what.
shit.
I don't know. I don't understand why they like. She's never danced or had music.
Oh yeah, that was a scene.
So I mean,
Damn, all that fine and you never twerked? Damn, that's a fucking
that's
shame.
a waste of
right
an
there.
ass, man. That's
Right, son.
I'll be honest. That was waste.
Oh yeah, she was a Colombiana, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Was she in anything else before that?
Yeah, she was.
Like what?
I can't remember. Hold on. one second.
Exactly.
She was in The Losers, I think.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know about it.
Okay. She was in Suicide Squad like shit.
Oh,
Nothing. Colombiana.
no, she
That's-
was in stuff.
I'm waiting. Like it's taking you a very long time there, sir.
I had to get the name first. I forgot her name.
You've got Zoe Saldana, son.
Yeah, I just remember the ass.
That's not. That's not 2019. I'm telling. Telling Bernie Sanders.
Wow, she's in My Little Pony.
Okay, so we went from ass to My Little
Star
Pony.
Trek theme.
Oh shit! She was in those Star Trek movies, playing the same fucking character. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, she was really good too. Oh, she's in Takers. She was in Avatar as Neytiri.
Oh, it comes full circle. Damn, that real life just came full circle.
Vantage Point.
Wait, pause. Zoe Saldana is in 2 of the top 5 highest grossing films of all time.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Huh? What the
She's
fuck
in
was
Law and Order as well.
she? Wait, what did she play in Pirates?
Anna Maria.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, she was Wait, no. Which movie did I just say?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Was she that bitch at the end that puts the jacket on Captain Jack Sparrow? That was probably her. Oh shit, that probably
She's
was.
the one that she. Oh, that smacked them for like stealing the vote.
Oh, that's obscure.
Yeah.
We all start somewhere. Zoe Saldana has been in 2 of the top 5 highest grossing films of all time.
Put some respect on her name.
She's the main character in the highest grossing film of all time. Holy shit. I hope her payday was good. It probably wasn't. It wasn't expected.
I don't think anyone was expecting that movie.
They wasn't there. Nobody was expecting it.
Yeah, she had quite the resume leading up to the movie Avatar, but
You know what was crazy? I think James Cameron also directed Titanic. What the fuck is up with James Cameron? Both of these movies wasn't all that great. I think niggas just like his name. I'm pretty sure Avatar is number 1, and I think Titanic was number 2, right? Both of those are James Cameron films.
oh yeah. So if it's James Cameron, we just know we're just gonna dump money.
Yeah, but those movies aren't good. I
They
mean,
also- they're
well,
working
no,
on-
Titanic was pretty good. I'm
They're
sorry.
working on, like 4 more Avatar movies.
4.
4.
Well, to be fair, when you gotta think of it this way. Avatar came out in what? 2011? Some shit like that. Damn. So $2 billion in 2009 money. Yeah, that's
Nigga was
that's
just sitting pretty just for a while. It's like, yeah, I don't need to work ever, nigga. Like, I am
right,
fine.
son. when you make $2 billion off of spending what was probably just like 200 million or something like that, and you ask for like 3 more movies, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna get greenlit with the Swift.
It's the fact that these fucking movies, like, or maybe these are just placeholders, but like they have one coming out in 2020, then 2021, then 2024, then 2025. So they might be working on 2 at a time.
I don't think they're gonna make it that far. I think that Avatar was right near the bottom.
It's in IMDb.
I think that after the second movie comes out, they're gonna reevaluate their plans. I guarantee you, Avatar 2 is not gonna make that much money.
If they're having, I mean, if they okay, so let's say that this isn't a placeholder for 2020 and 2021. If they like set these other times that this movie's coming out, they're probably working on both of those right now.
That's
So
true.
if there's gonna be a break, it'll probably be after 3.
Yeah, they'll probably just film just 2 and 3
Yeah.
altogether.
Well,
Maybe
oh yeah,
big
it
ass
is
movie.
kind of like a combination of the two.
That's what they did for Avengers, I would imagine. Well, probably not, but
And also it's listed on IMDb, so
yeah, but
Probably
that
better.
shit can change.
yeah, true.
I'm telling you, Avatar 2 is not gonna make that much money. But then again, we said the same shit about Avatar 1, so there's that. I mean, what else is there to tell? The blue niggas won.
Yeah, but I mean, it's space, and if there's one set of aliens, If there are one set of aliens, there's 2.
I'm not giving it to you. I'm not.
If
No.
there's one set of aliens, there's more than likely going to be more. So it may be like a world war, some shit like that.
A world
Maybe
war.
even like another tribe, because they only stayed in like a certain part of that world, right?
I don't know. Who the fuck cares about Avatar? This movie was garbage.
$7 million worth of people.
That's a lot of people. A lot of dollars too.
That's a lot of dollars. Son. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Who cares? Who cares?
It must have.
You're
It
right.
must have. It must have made a. It must have.
No. Who cares?
No, it must have made a. It must have did a. It must have did really well overseas. Like
Probably.
ridiculously well. I just don't see it.
I mean,
Surprise.
here, kind of, yeah. Like, usually, movies that sell well over here or reach that mark, a chunk of it comes from us, but of course, the majority will come from
Oh yeah, overseas.
overseas, yeah. So,
Once again-
I can see a lot of people, like, kind of caring about this.
Once again, I'm still. I really can't figure out the overseas market where movies like the Fast series and Maleficent does like extremely well. I just don't get it.
I can't
I
tell
don't.
you, son.
I don't get their
understand.
taste. Transformers also does like extremely well overseas too. I'm like, what's going on?
I hate them for that.
Like, these
Like,
are
why
good
did
movies.
you? Yeah, why would you even promote this? Let's like, well, anyways, I'm about to see Avatar again now.
We can all watch it again. Yeah, we should all get together and watch it again.
We should get together and watch it again.
That's gonna be a hard ass movie to watch, boy.
It might be
Isn't that
fantastic.
shit like 2 hours?
Yeah.
Damn.
How can I say that? Like, no one fucking binge
Most
watches on Netflix.
Most movies are 2 hours though.
Now, yeah.
I defo binge watch on Netflix, and like some of that shit doesn't even resolve in
That's
that
different.
episode.
That's different though. There's like a way.
You're right. It's longer.
Netflix has the thing where they'll end the show and they're like, "You want to see what happens next, don't you, nigga?"
I mean, that's the same for movies, but you don't have to sit there for like 10 hours to do it. You just, it's a lower time investment. That's my point.
You got the point there. Anyway, guys, that was the IMO podcast. If you like to listen to, like, comment, subscribe to the Patreon. Follow me on Twitch. I don't have a Twitch. Well, I do
Follow
have a
me on Twitch that I don't have.
I play. Yeah, I played the highest level Tekken. So if you wanna,
Or yellows.
orange,
Oh,
excuse you.
that's better. Like,
I mean, orange is higher than yellow.
but fucking other people are like at purple and fucking fusion and shit. So
And
that's not you.
I'm playing the highest level at orange, B.
Yeah. Okay, you got that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go
So
watch
what
the
are we
purple
talking
video.
about? But it's me. It's me though.
Your earlier statement was just like, I play the highest level Tekken.
Yeah, I play the highest level Tekken in orange. Right?
Yeah, I added that, not you.
But it makes sense though.
Yeah, 'cause that's why I said it.
Exactly.
Go fuck talk to me.
Like you're over here arguing against yourself. I agree with you.
I'm not. Fuck you, man. Don't talk to me.
This nigga's gonna say this every single fucking show. Don't talk to me on the talk show. Fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, that was the IMO podcast. Fuck y'all. We out. Peace.
Peace.